What's up, beautiful people? In this video I'm gonna talk about the organization of your raised beds from transporting them, as you saw in the other video, as I reconstructed, restored, and cleaned up these raised beds. And now we're gonna talk about how to organize them for your fall crops. Okay, let's get to it. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Yes indeed, the time has come, the opportunity is here. The time is now for us to go ahead and start planning and preparing our raised beds and things like that for our fall vegetables. Now, you might have already started to grow in them, which is great and dandy, but if you're like me and you have a little time before actually putting things in the ground, let's talk about how to properly organize your raised beds. And I'm gonna just talk about how I'm gonna do mine, and you can translate this to how you can do yours. Let's go. So we'll start in the raised beds that I've already had going, and that is these, which I had cleared out and all of that the other day, which I'll post that video down below to show you why I did what I did and how I am where I am. Nonetheless, the way it is going is north is that way, that makes south that way, which make west that way, and of course east is this way. And so with that being said, I'm gonna plant my taller crops, my taller plants, such as my Georgia collards on the far end. Okay, what you want to do if you have a garden that goes north to south, as this one does, is you want to plant your taller plants on the far side, okay, on the north side of things, so that when the sun comes, boom boom boom, it won't detract from what's going on the south side of your garden. Which I might have my collards over there and probably some arugula down here, so it'll probably go from collards to kale to arugula, which actually that is actually what it's going to be. And then intermingled with them will be some bush beans, as you can see, rosemary down there, which is a deterrent. We'll have some marigolds as well in here, and that's how it's going to grow. And doing it that way, also with the beans and the marigolds and the rosemary, those are companion plants to the collards, to the kale, so that in them growing over there, it will deter the beetles and the bugs and things like that wants to take your kale out. Okay, that's why the rosemary is there. And then I might do some like chives or something right here for the kale, or dill. Probably dill will be great companion plant for the kale right there. And then for the arugula, and even for all of them, I can plant bush beans, because bush beans provide nitrogen to the soil, and as we know, the brassica family loves and thrives off of a nitrogen rich soil. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do this one and the organization of that. When we come over here, we have the same type layout, north to south, and I'll do the same. Really, truth be told, I'm gonna have collards in both, kale in both. I may have arugula in both, or I may do some spinach in this one. And with that being said, the spinach is the lower growing crop, so I'll put the spinach on the south side of the raised bed, with the kale being in the middle and the collards being on the end, because collards can grow up. Collards can grow over 6 feet if you leave them to do so, and I'm okay with them doing so. So I'm gonna make sure they're on the far end so they can do it peacefully. And then the kale pretty much grows 4 feet tall at the height of it all, and so it'll do great in the middle section. And then over here we'll have the low growing spinach, the lettuce, arugula, if I want to do some more of those, and that'll be what's in here. Okay, and then also, like I said, we'll commingle and companion plant with them, such as the bush beans, the rosemary, and the dill. They have worked great for me, and so I will continue to do so. What I have right now is a basil plant, which I'll probably trim back to like a bush state and see what I want to do from there. But as I've been reading, kale nor collards really care for the basil plant, so I might have to let that go. The marigolds is kind of growing out of control on the outside, so it's not a bad. If it's on the inside, we might have to change that. If it's on the outside, I may be able to leave it and let it do what it does. I'm excited to talk about the keyhole method, which I still have to get some string to go ahead and clean that up. But nonetheless, what I am going to do is so this is the north side, this is the west side, that's the east side. What I'm going to do is plant my tall like okra plants along the west end of it. I'm going to do my collards and things on the north side, and then over here, as you all know, I have my rooted vegetables soil particularly, and so I'm going to have my beets and things like that. Now beets, kale, and collards do commingle or companion plant well together, so those is what will be over here. Over here we'll have a lot of our peppers, our tomatoes, things like that. The okra, like I said, the flowering budding type plants, and so that soil is rich for it, has a lot of banana peels. And then over here we have our regular soil, and potting mix, and so we'll just do our seedlings over here. Because I have a nice top layer of mulch on top, as you can see, which makes it different color than what we see over here. And so that is what I'm gonna have growing over there, and I'm excited about what's to come on the trellis. A video is gonna come. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Here's a little hint. It's something that you can clean with. That's what I'm gonna grow there. It's probably too much of a hint, but nonetheless, here we are. But as you see, I have my herbs along here. I have my pineapple sage, my mint, my marigolds, and what I'm gonna do is on the corners of these here keyhole raised bed, I'm gonna plant either a herb or a marigold or a flowering plant that attracts the pollinators, okay? And so I'm doing that so that I can have a nice border of protection around the raised bed to keep away the pests as well as the things in which I do not want, okay? So every corner, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 corners, okay? So 12 of them will be filled with my... Alright, so we got the lovely family going out, but nonetheless, what we have going on here is I'm gonna have a nice border, and so it's gonna make sure it keeps away all the pests and all the predators away, and a nice symbiotic companion area, okay? And so that's what you kind of want to do. Now what I have over there are some trellises that I have going, and so if I want to do some tomatoes, I will do them over there, which tomatoes and kale can go in the same, or collards could go in the same raised bed, the same structure, so that won't be a problem with anything. So if I want to do it, I can do it, and of course it's on the north side, okay? Of course, keeping the tall things on the north side, which is what you want to do. All that in mind, that is how you want to do it, that is how you want to grow it. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and do some herbs and things like that, and do some seeds as well for marigolds, so that things can already be going, so that when the seedlings and things come, it'll be ready, and we'll be ready to grow together, okay? And so that's what you want to do. That's how you want to do it. Just like that, great people, you can do your garden and set up your raised beds as well, keeping in mind the north side, the west side, the east side, and the south side, knowing where you are placed as far as your raised beds in your garden, okay? Knowing that is going to put you ahead of things tremendously, and so you'll be able to grow accordingly. All right, great people, so if you have any questions on orientation or layout or anything like that for your raised beds for fall gardening, please let me know in the comment section below. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know where you are viewing from, and if you haven't joined the Green Thumb family, go ahead and click that join button. I promise you to be everything you want it to be, and we'll be able to learn and grow together. So with that being said, I love you all. I appreciate you all. See you in the next video, where either I'm planting something on the trellis or I am putting out some companion plants in the raised beds, okay? So I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Whew.